we have Dr. Harsh Sadawarti, who is Vice Chancellor of City University and joining us from Ludhiana. A very warm welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Sujata, for this wonderful opportunity to interact.
It's a totally pleasure to have you on Eduvoice and to interact with you. Around 7.5 lakh students from India were studying in a foreign country in 2019. So post-COVID-19, I'm sure we all know this, and we'll see a dip in number of students choosing to go abroad like US, Australia, and many other countries. We have a good number of students who preferred going to foreign countries for their further studies. So do you think it's an opportunity for the Indian universities to capitalize it with admission in the upcoming session of 2021? And especially from you, I just want to know about, especially from the Punjab. So what's your take about it and how universities can utilize and plan to capitalize this?
Great. So wonderful question, especially for Punjab. So I am in Punjab from the last 25 years into education and industry. So I know the complete know-how about the mindset of the Punjabi people around. And the second home is Canada, you all know.
Yes.
So Punjabi youth is always enthusiastic to immigrate to Canada, US and other countries for green pastures and for education, employment, PR and so on. But according to media reports, like around 10.9 lakh students they sought admission in foreign universities recently. But around 60 to 70% students are always willing to go to Canada and around 20-25% to US and thus other two different countries. So due to this pandemic situation, situation is bad, very critical, and the parents are worried about their children's future and everything. So most of the students, they have deferred their plan to go to foreign universities. And now they are applying for fall this next 2021. The reason being this year 10 plus 2 exams are still in pipeline. They have been deferred and result is awaited. And as far as their basic eligibility criteria regarding IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, everything is pending. So they are not fulfilling the visa conditions. So this is the main reason. And due to this ongoing time of uncertainty and the COVID-19 has prompted different countries, with Canada and India and different countries to suspend the visas and close international borders. So this has indeed created an uncertain situation for the foreign ongoing aspirants. And C2 University, my university, adopted a way to attract students. So what we have done, we have tied up with different foreign universities and started foundation program for students like 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years, and naming them certificate program, diploma program, advanced diploma program, so that they can be skillful and their visa prospects will increase in the month of January 2021. And in the meantime, they will be able to clear the condition of visa, especially IELTS. And we are incorporating IELTS, French, and domain-based. Suppose they want to study computer applications, hotel management, healthcare sciences. So we are providing them domain-based program things also. You know about the Punjabis, they are always willing to go to Canada. But now the point is that 50% of parents, they're not sending their kids to any place, even outside state also. And most of the universities, like our university, it is Ludhiana-based university, and Ludhiana is an industrial hub. So of course, university will be benefited from the local students. And universities are offering different, you can say, scholarship, COVID-19, financial aid, warrior scholarship, and different type of scholarship to the paramedical staff, healthcare, police, bankers, civil staff, farmers, those who are directly or indirectly involved in this corona fighting and everything. So this university city, it's a leading industry-driven university, as we have tied up with 25 plus industries, and we are collaborating with foreign universities as well. Already tied up with Lincoln University, Gateway College for healthcare, and still lot many universities are in pipeline. So we are wishing to start some 1+2, 1+3 program. So those are training and pathway program, so that 1 year student will study in Punjab in our university, and if the student wants to migrate to Canada, they can defer their plan and the credit will be transferred to that particular university, and the year will not be wasted at all. So
Oh,
that is why we are attracting students directly and indirectly. And if they drop their plan to go abroad, then what we'll do, we'll map the syllabus and we'll can say shift them to the lateral entry scheme. They'll be continue the study here only in the second year. So it's win-win situation for students, and they'll be able to at least save their 1 year, which is very crucial. So that is why we have made such a plan to attract students to our university. And of course, local students, our transport is available up to 90 kilometers. And of course, local admissions will for sure increase in every university in Punjab.
right. It's a very good initiative. I'm sure what you have taken to attract students. You are collaborating with all foreign universities. So, are you in touch with many other universities to promote and to help students who really want to go abroad? But presently, with the situation, they're not going. And as you said, yes, they are not going to lose their 1 year what they will be studying in your university. So, are there any further plans for more such collaboration with the universities?
Yes, so see, we are planning for domain-based collaboration, like we are offering more than 100 programs. And in our flagship programs like artificial intelligence, robotics and automation, healthcare sciences, design innovation, business administration, from UG till PhD, so we are collaborating with all universities, especially Canadian universities, because students, they're passionate to go to Canada. The reason being Canada is offering permanent residency to the students. And most of the Punjabis are settled in Canada and students have got relative friends over there. So they
Right.
feel protected also there. And that is why we have started with some foundation program for the students. And so that the credits will be transferred over there and they can engage for 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years in our university. So we are like collaborating with Australian universities as well, but Canada will be for sure our preference, especially Ontario state.
Okay. Schools are not able to collect fees and hence for unable to pay their staffs, who in turn may not be able to teach students. The whole system is at loss. In a month's time, higher education will face a similar situation. So we are exposed to the fact that institutes have to totally rely on students' fees to run their operations, and we all know that it's a fact. So, what model can universities work on to reduce such risk and increase their rewards and to overcome this situation?
Yeah, true, Sujata, situation is very much critical, especially for teachers and non-teaching staff, as there is a lot of delay in fee, and parents they're not willing to pay at this moment of time, as we have got students from across the country and around the globe, and especially students from Jammu and Kashmir, where most of the parties declared as red zone. They are not able to send fee, and students from north, east, south, down south, and even the parents, they are feeling like due to layoff and the circumstances, and their condition is not that good to pay fee right now. And we are not forcing them, we are just advising them. That is why City University has devised some strategies for that. And you all know the situation due to this COVID-19 pandemic, and thereafter has really been alarming. And it has been affected universities and colleges greatly. And the recovery of fee has been impacted adversely due to disruption of work, business, other activities, economy, and activity of parents of students, as well as government restrictions on fee payment. Government is also like interfering in fee payment things, and you know it's the money that makes the mayor go. And the state private university either they impose delayed payment or payment of salaries or in installment. So faculty and staff they are suffering. But in our university, what we have done, like as per UGC directions, we have promoted our intermediate students, and those who have started their classes in the month of January, they are not attendance detainee. We have like already promoted them and started Bridge program. It is one of its kind program to engage students for the next semester.
Mhm.
We are providing them overview assignments, like engaging them with different video materials, resource materials, providing them some online certifications, everything, so that they should be well versed with the next semester. And then parents, it's a like situation to connect with the parents and students. And if they're convinced that yes, universities have started teaching next semester classes, the reason being, according to UGC, the new semester will start after 15th August. So
Yes.
for students, for parents, situation was panicky. Just to remove that panic, what we have done, we've started classes right now. And even for first year students, those who will be joining our university, registration has already been started. We're getting very good response as far as admission part is concerned. So we'll be starting orientation program for those students for the next semester, domain based. So like it's connect and engagement of students as well as parents. That is why we are able to fetch, you can say, fees from them. Number two, we have started, you can say, some skill-based program for students. For
Mhm.
that, students they have to pay for certification. This is the way to, you can say, increase the revenue of the university. And number three, university has been approved as an incubation center from MSME. This is
Okay.
also great achievement of university in terms of research and innovation. So
Mhm.
we are applying for different grants uh, from UGC, DSC, and other statutory bodies, so that we have already made around 10 to 15 projects, and around our 6 projects have already been approved by Government of India. So we will be getting grant of rupees 1 crore in the coming month. So that will also, it will be uh, uh, develop sort of ease to our management, and we'll be able to pay salaries and everything.
Mhm.
So the best thing is if you can engage students, if you are just giving value for money and providing them everything what they want. And the most important thing is regarding we are making students ambassadors and innovators. Students, if you are there engaged in innovating something, working in labs, hands-on practical training is there. So everything is there. Then you will be able to convince the parent for fee and everything.
Right,
And the
right.
other resources you can, what we have done now during this COVID period, we have developed our all sanitizing equipments and everything.
Okay.
And around 6 to 8 equipment we have already developed. So we are selling those products in the market and already providing consultancy to the industry. In this way we are generating funds and supporting our management. And and the best part is students they're gaining hands-on practical training so that they'll be able to become entrepreneurs in the years to come.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good initiative. You have already started training, taking classes for students. So I'm sure somehow parents will be convinced somewhere that yes, university is going to take care whatever situation is if they join in physically in the college. Otherwise, yes, virtual classes are always there and they can join in. So ultimately, yes, paying fees. I'm sure parents will be more convinced with following step what you have taken. So,
True, true.
worried about, we all know the importance of practical and fieldwork in any of the learning part, in any of the graduation course, and any of the learning part, what we are learning. So, what latest methodology should university adopt to impart such learning among students? Because I'm sure if we continue upon virtual learning, it may going to affect that practical and field training of the students. So, what
Mhm.
your take about it?
See, regarding practical aspects, we named this university as a leading industry-driven university. As you all know, that during the COVID-19 era, the universities have been closed and the online courses delivered by working from home has been followed. And the academic routines such as curricular delivery, interaction with the students, evaluating assignment, quizzes, and examinations have been going on exceedingly well. How in certain subjects like mechanical engineering, robotics, architecture, hotel management, practical hands-on experience is an integral part of education. So university should develop, and we have developed virtual modules of different lab experiments, field exercises, and dynamic models, simulator, etc., for explaining the concepts and practicality to students online. And the video of places of curricular and extracurricular interest, especially like excursions, field visits, industrial visits, we prepare them and issue to the students for exposure purpose. And other important aspect is video libraries, provided access to the students for online resource material, where they can access material according to their own domain. And fourth one is online certification. Like if a student is from cybersecurity, so a lot of certifications are available from. I already told you that during this COVID-19 era, the universities have been closed, and the online courses delivery by working from home was we have to follow that routine. But faculty from home, they were teaching all curriculum, interaction with the students, giving and evaluating assignments were there. And but in certain subjects like mechanical engineering, robotics, artificial intelligence, hotel management, architecture,
Yes.
practical hands-on experience is required. It's an integral part of education. So what City University did, so we developed virtual modules for different lab experiments, and we have got agriculture field exercises, dynamic models, simulators also for explaining the concepts and practically to students online as well. And the video of places like of curricular and extracurricular interest, especially excursions, field visit, industrial visits, we prepared that and issued to the students for exposure. And we have provided them access to the video libraries where they can access online material, and they can start writing some research publications with the guidance of faculty. So even I suggest that even we already started with this thing, course on methodology was designed, redesigned, and it was stuff to serve the upcoming needs of practicality and field work, because practical part is more important. And City University tied up with different organizations like Coursera, like your edX, and different upgrade, and provided students with online certifications in different fields. We tied up with EC Council and provided cybersecurity certification. So end of the day, if students are at home, upskilling is very important. And if they are trained as per the global standards by doing certification in a particular area, and they're upgrading their skills, so they will be market ready. So we provided all sort of practical material to the students, and virtual labs, everything was there to make everything live happen.
Right, right. I'm sure virtual lab is the next solution for all those field work and practical work in many of the fields like hotel management, architects, agriculture. But do you think still there is some lack of physical presence of students and let them understand about how, example, if a student of hotel management is there, right? So I'm sure virtual lab won't work. How they have to chop things, how they have to cook things. Similar with the mechanical engineering, other platforms. So do you have any plans of calling students maybe in a batch, or yes, we are, things might open after 15 August, not in the full way. So do you have such plans?
See, right now we have devised a new strategy, like virtual models were there. And what we are doing right now, so we are recording practical lectures of all the faculty and staff, and providing them with education, which is a dynamic education, simulator based, so where they can feel what is going on. But as far as practical, face to face practical is concerned, once this pandemic will be over, we'll be starting weekend classes so that we can able to cover maximum practical subjects. What students have missed, will be demonstrating them on weekend basis so that they can cover everything face to face as well.
Right. With the present situation of COVID-19, yes, I personally feel there's an urgency and importance of a robust education policy. And we really need to make some changes in our upcoming education policy. So, what your input or what your suggestions will be? How much or what are the points we should add into our education policy with the current scenario?
See, Sujata, you know that this COVID-19 has inflicted both short-term and long-term impact on economy, environment, education, and employment,
Right.
etc. So, in view of the following, this education policy should be redesigned and new things should be incorporated to make it robust and purposeful, like a center for stress management of students and faculty. It's an urgent need and needs to be established in the university campus where um, different experts like psychologists, psychiatrists, they can counsel the students because students they're at home and they're they're interacting with the screens only. They're
Mm,
not interacting with the peer group.
right.
So lot of like stress is coming to the students about the future, about different things. So what stress management center should be mandatory for each and every institution. And in City University, this is the only university in Punjab which has created a center for happiness and well-being.
Oh, nice.
And we have already, you can say, incorporated a curriculum uh, of happiness. And it is mandatory for all students to study this subject. And it's like we are taking care of the mental well-being also. And we are now coming up with the app and a program which is known as Your Well-being Friend. City University, and it need to be started. And we are starting this program for online counseling of the needy students from the different faculty experts. We'll do their psychoanalysis. We provide them motivational therapy. Uh, that should be available on campus only. Because once your students is admitted in the university, it means you have adopted that student. And apart from normal academics and other activities, research-based activities, this activity is the most important activity. Then it comes out to be the holistic education, which our university is providing. And one more thing which is important is uh, training in disaster management.
Mhm.
The university
Hello. Yeah, please.
So basically, believe this Department of Happiness, it caters to stress management and the mental well-being as well. And we are organizing this well-being festival
Mm-hmm.
just to rejuvenate students, so they can be like involved in these activities, so that they can feel de-stressed. But now the major problem with the students is they're like all psycho problems are coming up. They're thinking so much about their career, about the different things,
Right.
because they're not socializing with their friends. And number two thing, which I already discussing with you, is the program on disaster and crisis management. That is the need of the hour. A center for disaster management should be mandatory for each university. And if like already UGC is working on it also, and from time to time, university should organize film shows, FDPs, webinars, expert talks, or need-based topics for students, faculty, and students. And the curriculum should have delivery of information for history of occurrence and impact of disasters and natural calamities, crises that India has witnessed in the past, such as the Great Bengal famine for 1943, the plight of partition of India in 1947, the outbreak of plague, COVID-19 pandemic, foreign aggression, possibility of bioterrorism attack by enemies. So the faculty, staff, and students must be provided with hands-on training in this crisis management activity.
Right, right. I'm sure it's very important for both the students and faculty. With this time, yes, mental being is the most, uttermost important thing, even
Yes,
for
yes.
me.
True,
Recently,
true.
I interacted with Samdu Chetri, who is known as Happiness Guru. Even
Yeah,
during that
yeah.
interaction, it's really important for now for all our colleges across India to focus upon mental health, where we all are lacking a lot.
True. That is why we are coming up with this new app, Your Wellbeing Friend, where student can enter its information, their past history, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we are appointing panel of experts, which include all psychologists, psychiatrists, and different doctors, those who can evaluate everything and diagnose the problem. If the problem is of clinical psychology, particular person will cater. Because in our university, we are already running program from graduation till doctorate in psychology. So they know the practical aspects of each and everything. And counseling student time to time and in focused way can easily student can be stress free and student will be more focused. So that is the need of the hour.
Right, right. Very true, sir. Well said, sir. What do you think of Eduvoice as an initiative?
Eduvoice is a wonderful initiative, I must say.
Thank you.
See, it's all word of mouth. Uh, so you are interacting with educationists, like top-notch educationists, those who are having experience in diverse fields, education, industry, and visionary people we are interacting with. And when they are sharing thoughts with you, and you are projecting that thought to the masses,
Mm-hmm.
and if it goes to the masses, to the parents, to the different people around, to the students, then they can get. It's all knowledge sharing. So you are sharing your knowledge with the people around. So they'll be more proactive. They can choose the courses of their choice. They can be more knowledgeable in other aspects also, as far as education is concerned and then practical life is concerned. It's a wonderful initiative, I must say. It's
Thank you.
a
Thank you.
voice of people. It's a voice of people for education, I must say.
Thank you so much for your kind words, sir. And
And congratulations to your whole team.
thank
And you just keep it up, the spirit, and sky's the limit. And one day, voice will be the first voice of the people for
thank you
education.
so much. Thank you so much. It's really my pleasure to interact with you and to listen good words, kind words about Eduvoice. It really motivates us
Thank you so much.
to good all the